Welcome back to the Mindcrack. This is episode number 21 of the Mindcrack Minecraft Multiplayer Server Season 6 Let's Play playthrough series of videos that I am making on the server. So last time, every time I say last time, I want to say on Dragon Ball Z. Last time on the Mindcrack server, we killed the dragon, and we also simultaneously, more or less, we upgraded to the 1.12 patch snapshot, so we have a whole lot of new blocks to play with, and so I have expanded our palette here. Originally, this palette was just for me to like pick stuff to use up there, but I've decided to just go ahead and make it a full-on every block that we can fit there palette. It is actually still missing some, though. The main inclusion I think is missing now is the stained glass. We could also put the shulker shell boxes in here as well. You can dye those, I think. I don't think we'll be building with the shulker shell boxes because it's too hard to get the shells. That's more of like a creative mode thing. Anyway, the palette has been expanded. It's not quite as flowy as it should be. It should be a smooth transition, and it's not really anymore. I need to sort of reorganize it. I guess I'll do that when I put the glass in. And I've also added the rainbow blocks, and we now have 5 of them. We've got, and I've arranged them from smoothest texture to noisiest texture, and then the new terracotta blocks behind those. So this is the new wool. They have been made a bit brighter, as you can probably tell. I should have warned you at the beginning of the episode, you're going to need some bandages for your eye sockets because they're going to be bleeding from the saturation of the new colors. So the wool is now brighter, and that goes as well for dyed sheep. And then we've got the new concrete powder block. You make these, you put 1 piece of dye, 4 pieces of sand, and 4 pieces of gravel in a 3x3 crafting chest, crafting box. Crafting menu. This thing, it doesn't matter what order, it is a shapeless recipe. And you'll get these guys. Then if you want to make this, the concrete block, you just get these guys wet in the world. And then right here, these are our old familiar go-to stained clay blocks down the middle. You can see these have not been brightened up, and it's very obvious just how strong the colors are here. I do not think... I'm just going to come out and say it. I think these colors are way too bright. They do not fit in with anything else in the world. I mean, I guess this will look okay on a pixel art server, but when you put these next to the other blocks in the world, I'm not really sure what they were thinking when they made the colors this bright. And then we've got these terracotta blocks, which you make by smelting the stained clay. Not to do with the concrete. You make them with by smelting the stained clay, and the one interesting property about them is that, you've probably seen this, they are rotational. So depending on which way you're facing, you get them placed a different direction, and you can create patterns out of them. And you can also, I only got 4 of those, but you can, so this time we made the pattern around this part of it. We can also make the pattern around that guy. See if I can do that the first time. I think like this. Yeah. So you can make different patterns out of them. They are not symmetrical down the center axis. They are arranged so that you can make these kind of patterns, which is an interesting idea. I do not like the execution of a lot of these blocks. I think the patterns are far too complicated, and the colors far too bright to work together with the old blocks we have. In particular, like this one, I'll just put them down, the ones that I despise, and I'll put a few down of the ones that I think are a little bit better. So this one I really don't like. It's way too bright and busy. It's going to be hard to make these blocks. This is the worst. This is my least favorite block in the game now. I hate this block. If anybody wants to prank me, just put these blocks all over my place, and I'll be very upset. Actually, I'll just clean it up, and I'll move on with my day, and then I'll plot some over-the-top revenge. This one's okay. I don't mind this one so much because the colors are a bit more muted, not quite as bright. This one is another one that's kind of okay. The pattern is still... the patterns for these two are still fairly complex, but I feel that because the colors are more muted, that we can kind of work with these a little bit with some of the existing blocks in the game. These two, I hate them. Can't stand them. This one looks like it's straight out of the 70s. This is a good tool, though, for map makers and custom texture pack makers. People will be able to do all kinds of stuff with these. In general, I think if these blocks, if the patterns were simpler and the colors were not as bright, it would be 10 times better. And I guess that's where the custom texture pack, resource pack makers will come into it. But anyway, okay, so of all this new stuff, oh, we also got the purpur. I guess I didn't go over that. This is found in the end, right? These blocks here. So we've got these blocks as well. A new shiny kind of pink color. The most interesting block by far is the concrete powder, because it is affected by gravity like sand, and it has an interesting game mechanic actually tied to it, where if you get it wet, then it turns into something else that is not affected by gravity. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, guys, I've got my first concrete powder invention. I call it the Rainbow Bridge. Are you ready? Prepare yourself. Behold its power and majesty! So, my first concrete powder invention is called the Rainbow Bridge. Oh my gosh, watch it go. Check out my new invention. I call it the Rainbow Bridge. I call it the Rainbow Bridge. Oh yes. Look at the magic. Are you mesmerized? Are you entranced? Entranced? You want to know how it works? I know it's very complicated, but don't worry. I'm going to make a simple 30-minute Oh. All right, guys. Brand new invention, and I call it John Cena! So I've been looking around my base, looking for little places to try out the terracotta blocks, try to make them work, and one of the places that I feel like it might be possible is here. We can switch out these blocks here for some terracotta blocks as a detail option. So here's the thing, though. I guess we could just repeat the pattern, actually, except they don't meet up unless you rotate them. But that means that if we want them to rotate properly, I'm pretty sure I've got to be 180 degrees turned around to get the pattern to be opposite of that. So we've got to kind of come in here for every single time we want to use it and do that. And then they don't meet up. Oh. Really? I'm pretty sure we can get these to meet up somehow. There we go. Okay, so if I'm facing this way and then that way, oh, I just rotate 90 degrees. Oh, can we find a way to do it where I don't have to go back into the wall? So if I rotate 90 degrees, I'll come back to me. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay, so we just rotated 90 degrees. But then we need a block to go in the middle. And I don't think we can use one of these, because then it's going to, it's not going to look symmetrical. If this design was an even number of blocks, 2 blocks wide or 4 blocks wide, it would be much simpler to use these guys. Let's see, what could we use? We could try that. Well, here's the problem with these blocks is that there's such a hard line between them and other blocks that it's going to look kind of awkward. We could do that. That looks a little bit better because we've got this column coming down and then the detail blocks on the side. I'm not sure I really like that either. We could also try a darker block. Same problem. We could try one of these other ones, but their designs are not centered either. So that's not going to work. Next time I design something where we have an even number of blocks instead of an odd number, we might try this again. Let's see, what else can we do? We can try that. Oh, that's a little bit... I like that a little bit better. I don't know if I want it here. Maybe this block is... Maybe we try one with a different pattern. So let's see. The other one I brought over as a possibility was this one. So are they mirrored now? They are mirrored. I guess that's okay. That's not too bad. It's not amazing, but it's not too bad. Yeah, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not sure it's really better than what was there before, but at least it's a little different. Well, I went ahead and I pranked myself. I added all these stupid blocks to my little storage area, and this is now officially my motivation to finish the village up there so that we can move out of here and move our storage up there, and then I never have to come back here and see this. This can be a reminder of all the things we've achieved elsewhere. All right, last little thing, and then I'm back to work on the actual village buildings. I just want to sprinkle in some of this brown concrete powder just to vary up the texture in here. I think this already looks good. There is an Enderman around. I don't see him. Okay, so yeah, I just want to vary the texture up a bit. Yeah, exactly. And then I guess I'll get back to work. This looks like actual dirt. Most of that's the coarse dirt. Just a small little touch. We'll put a few in here, I guess. Like this one and that guy. Yeah, okay. How does that look? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Not too bad. All right, so that hideous floor tile pattern has really motivated me to get to work on this project. I have now updated every building that you can see from this point. So that little sandstone guy there, he got updated. This guy's been updated. I tried out using sand as an alternate block type. There really just is no block that is very close to that. Although, now that I think about it, maybe we should get some end stone. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to work, but we can at least try it. That's one block I have not tried. I don't think the sand is working. It looks too much like sand, like it's just going to fall out of the wall. Doesn't look quite as solid as sandstone. I like the overall design. I did make it a bit simpler than we had before, and I gave it a 4-block module where we've got 1 block of the concrete, or no, that's not concrete, the clay, and then 2 blocks of wood, and then 1 block of clay. So you've got 2 blocks of wood bracketed by 1 block of clay, and the same thing up there. Makes it easier to reproduce, like this guy right here. 2 blocks in between each window. And the windows are just basically improvised based on what we've done before. This guy's been updated. That guy's been filled in. This guy's been updated. That guy's been updated. That guy's been updated. Man, I really want to move out of that place now that I updated the background. Okay, so now what we need to do, and actually this kind of lines up nicely. We are going to go do a little bit of infrastructure work. Yes, whatever. We're going to do a little bit of infrastructure work on making sure that there is a tunnel and a portal available to get to the portal to the end. So when we killed the dragon, yeah, this darkened bit doesn't look that bad when you sprint by it. I liked it, just the fact that it's darker than the columns. It gives it a bit of contrast there. So when we killed the dragon, I put a portal next to the basically the end portal that leads to the Nether. But the only thing is there's no portal on the Nether that twins with it. And so, oh my god. Ugh. So I need to go put one in the Nether. Otherwise, it's just going to link up to Packrat's place. And we have to run a super far distance in the overworld, which is no good. Okay, so I am in the Nether, if you hadn't figured that out already. This is the portal that leads to the original spawn. Here are some tunnels that lead a variety of places. I just posted up a sign that says, the end portal is this... Oops. Okay, let's take these off the bar, because that's probably going to happen a few times, and I'm going to need this flint and steel in a second anyway. So the portal is here. You've got to go past Pack's portal, which was the closest portal as far as I'm aware. Unless somebody made portals, that's entirely possible, that is not on our official network or whatever. It's just sort of out in the middle of nowhere in the normal terrain down beneath us. So you get to here. I've got a very helpful sign. Go through past this portal to get to end portal. I really don't get why people do this, why they have tunnels go through portals. It's kind of like just a little nitpicky thing, but it really irritates me. I don't know why they do that. Put your portal on the side. Let me walk. I don't want to walk through this. This thing takes me to another dimension. Shouldn't be having to walk through it. Anyway, okay. So then here you keep going a little bit farther. A little bit of glowy stony. And then here and around the corner, unless I miscalculated, which I probably did not, this should take us to the portal at the stronghold, which will link up to the end portal. Let's see if it worked. Or if it just spits us out somewhere randomly. All right, lovely. Currently connects to Packrat's place. Okay, that is no longer... Oh, okay, it went through the portal. Oh, well. That is no longer accurate. I'll give you 3 guesses who decorated this in this manner. And the first 2 guesses don't count. Or the second and the third doesn't count. So that worked. That's lovely. And just to do a little bit of on-site block checking, I brought some white hardened clay. So while we're in here, we can check the blocks to see if they are close enough to what we're looking for to maybe we can try them out on our building. I think this is the right way because this is where the arrows say. And this is going to be the fastest way to get back to my base anyway, because we'll go through this portal and then jump through the portal back, and that'll take us to where we're spawned. Stuff's dying. All right, to the end. Yeah, all right, so here we are. So I do need to do some exploring here. I want to get another set of elytra wings, and I want to farm up some of the purpur. And I want to get some of the shulker box, all that kind of stuff. Maybe. There is a brick form of this. Is there not? Let me just... Is it 2x2 grid like stones? Oh, it is. Okay. I think that's better than sand. Yeah, we might try that. I don't know if that's going to work. But it's definitely better than sand. So we might just give that a go. See what it looks like. And I have not tried the purpur. The purpur might actually be a possibility. I don't want to get attacked by endermen, so we're going to keep our gaze low. I also did not bring any ender pearls, and we do not have an ender yet. So getting ender pearls is a bit of a chore. I guess we could set up a kind of like an impromptu trap here. We could actually do that right now, get a few. But next episode, I actually want to spend some time exploring the outer islands, and we're going to bring some fireworks with us so we can try out the flying trick, and that'll help us get back as well. And we'll maybe make a little impromptu ender, just basically a little roof to hide out underneath so that we can kill them without worry of reprisal. But okay, so that is it. That is it for the episode. Let me see, I should probably, let's just take a little bit. I'm not going to take enough to make this island look wonky. We will gather the bulk of our supplies on the outer ones. I just want to make enough so that I can get an idea if that is going to work. Maybe it will. Maybe that'll be the solution to our problems. Okay, there we go. Home we've been. Home we are. Oh, we can actually... we can do this right now. No enemies around. Okay, so I had the sand... And that definitely is just no good. So let's actually put this here and this there. Get rid of that. That's not the right block. Oh, that's supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. Okay. If anything, I would mix it into the sandstone, because that is exactly the same color. I don't know that it's going to work here. Maybe the purpur. Let's try just a few blocks here as just like a noise pattern in the sandstone. See what that looks like? Oh, yes. Okay, yes. That's... If we want a noise pattern for sandstone, that is our go-to block. And I do have... let's just try... Okay. Yeah, not this one. It looks too much like flesh. It's just a... I think that's... Is that inverted netherrack? Or is it totally different? No, it reminds me of a... It reminds me of a texture pack, actually, that made this look like flesh. Are they the same texture that's been rotated and, like, inverted? I think it has... Oh, yes. It's been rotated... 180 degrees, and inverted and desaturated, or something to that effect. I do think it is the same texture, though. Okay, interesting. I wasn't totally off my rocker. Anyway, this is the end of the episode. Next episode, we're going to explore the end, get some purpur, get some shulker boxes, get some wings, get some fireworks, go flying. Hope you enjoy the video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.